We all, deep down, have that desire to improve ourselves, to grow, to achieve great things in life. But there is a question that always comes up. Why do some people achieve so much more than others, even though they have less money, less help, or even fewer skills? After observing for more than 40 years people who have achieved true success, a very clear answer was found: discipline. Yes, that simple word is the secret they have in common, those who achieve incredible results. Many people spend their lives waiting to feel motivated. But motivation is not something constant. It appears and disappears without warning. Discipline, on the other hand, is steadfast. It stays with you, and it is what truly produces lasting changes. Every step you take to improve your life, every good decision you make to take care of your health, your finances, or your relationships begins with discipline. So, if you really want to move forward, if you truly desire to reach your best version, you have to commit to yourself to develop more discipline. At first it's hard, of course, but with time it becomes easier. And the most amazing thing is this: discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And when it strengthens, the results start to appear. Today, I want to invite you to make a different decision. Stop waiting for the ideal moment and start acting with discipline. That life you dream of is on the other side of your consistency. Many people don't achieve what they want, not because they lack talent or because they don't have clear goals, but because they lack the consistency to keep going. It's a truth that sometimes hurts, but it's necessary. We all want to improve, but few are willing to pay the price, and that price is called discipline. I have met people full of brilliant ideas, with impressive projects and many skills, but they don't move forward. Do you know why? Because they keep waiting to feel ready, or waiting for the perfect moment, or for their emotions to push them. But that perfect moment almost never comes, and emotions change all the time. The only thing you can control every day is your level of commitment to yourself. Every time you postpone something important, your willpower weakens a little. Every time you choose the easy path instead of the right one, you teach your mind to give up. But here's the good news: you can also train self-discipline. Every time you make a decision that helps you grow, you're becoming stronger. Every time you do the right thing, even when you don't feel like it, you're forging your character. And you don't need to do gigantic things. What really makes a difference are those small daily decisions, small acts of discipline that over time turn into powerful habits. Don't forget this: you are building your life brick by brick, and each brick is a disciplined action. Nothing can stop you if you decide to make better decisions. Today, you can start a new chapter. You can decide that from now on, you will do what you know you have to do, without making excuses, without putting it off for later, without depending on your mood. You weren't born to stay stuck. You were made to move forward, and discipline is the tool that will take you there. Great transformations don't happen overnight. They don't happen by magic or by a stroke of luck. They almost always happen through a sum of small choices. Simple but powerful actions that, repeated over time, completely change your life. Think about it carefully. It's not what you do once in a while that determines what your future will be. It's what you do every day. Getting up half an hour earlier, reading a few pages of a good book, saving a small amount, eating something healthier, finishing that task you're avoiding. These things, though they seem small, have enormous power if done consistently. I've seen people completely transform their lives just by focusing on developing one new habit per month. 12 habits in 1 year. And after those 12 months, they were different people. More productive, with more confidence, and much happier. It's not about doing more and more things every day, but about focusing on doing what really matters over and over again. And to achieve that, you don't need motivation. You need discipline. Motivation can be the spark that gets you started, but it's discipline that keeps you steady until you reach the goal. Every time you make a decision that makes you stronger inside, you're taking one more step toward the person you dream of being. And every time you choose the hard path instead of the comfortable one, you're strengthening your mind, your character, your willpower. Look, here's a truth that many don't want to hear, but it's powerful. Every time you do the right thing, even when you don't feel like it, you're winning. You're overcoming the habit of putting things off. You're training your mind to move forward. You're building a strong identity, one in which you trust yourself. And that, my friend, is priceless. Never think that small decisions don't matter, because though they seem minor, it's those consistent actions that end up changing your entire life. Discipline is not something you're born with. It's something you can develop, like learning to play an instrument or ride a bicycle. It's trained, it's strengthened. Many times people ask me, how can I have more discipline? And my answer is always the same. Start with something simple, but do it every day. That's it. The first step is this: make a promise to yourself and keep it without looking for excuses. It doesn't have to be a big promise. It can be waking up at a fixed time, reading a few pages of a book, moving your body for 15 or 20 minutes, avoiding your phone when you wake up. The important thing isn't the size of the habit, but that you follow through. Every time you do that, you reinforce an image of yourself as someone who keeps their word, someone steadfast, reliable. And that completely changes the way you think, your decisions, and your results. The second step is to create routines. Don't let your day depend on how you feel. Plan what you're going to do, when, and why. When you have that clarity, you don't need to waste energy making decisions all the time. The routine protects you from mental exhaustion and turns discipline into an automatic reflex. The third step is just as important. Measure your progress. Write down your achievements, no matter how small, and celebrate them. Because when you can see your progress, even if it's slow, you feel like you're moving forward, and that keeps you motivated from within. The fourth step is equally important. Forgive yourself quickly, but don't stop. Because yes, you will fail. You will have days when you don't follow through. And that's okay. The important thing is not to let one bad day turn into a bad habit. Every time you try again, you're training your discipline. Every time you get back up after failing, you're becoming stronger. Every time you do the right thing without feeling like it, you're getting closer to the best version of yourself. Discipline is like a muscle. And like any muscle, it grows with constant practice. Do the right thing every day, even if it's something small, and your life will start to transform little by little. Because when you live with discipline, you don't just improve your results, you improve your entire life. It's not just about professional success. It's your confidence, your security, your inner peace. Self-discipline gives you power. The power to control your day, your attitude, your future. When you live with discipline, you wake up with a clear purpose, you make better decisions, and at the end of the day, you feel proud. Not for what you achieved, but for what you're building within yourself. There's no better feeling than closing your eyes, knowing you gave your best effort, that you stayed true to what you wanted, that you ignored distractions and moved forward, even if it was just a small step. That peace can't be bought, it's earned, and the currency is discipline. Disciplined people have a huge advantage. They live with more calm, they overcome tough moments better, and they get back up faster when they fall, because they have a solid foundation, an internal structure they've built with daily effort. And the most valuable thing about all this is that discipline doesn't confine you. It frees you. It frees you from the regret of having procrastinated. It frees you from the stress of improvising. It frees you from the anxiety of feeling like you're not moving forward. Discipline gives you control, clarity, direction. And when you know where you're going, everything becomes simpler. You live with more focus and find more satisfaction in what you do. No matter what stage you're at now, you can always start. You can always build a stronger, more focused, more authentic life. A life with discipline. When you choose to live with discipline, something inside you starts to transform immediately. You don't have to wait months to notice the change, because as soon as you make that decision, you're already moving forward. And trust me, there will come a day when you look back and say with a smile, that was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. Because living with discipline isn't living confined or bored. It's living with a clear purpose. And when you live with purpose, you're already winning. That's true success. Not what others see, but what you feel inside. Now it's your turn to decide, are you going to keep repeating the same habits, the same empty days, Or are you going to draw a firm line and say, this is as far as I go, today I start to change? No one is asking you to do everything at once or to be perfect from the first day. What really matters is that you decide to be a little more disciplined than you were yesterday, and that you maintain that decision every day without fail. Do it even if you don't feel like it, even if no one notices or thanks you. Do it even if it seems like nothing is happening, because that's when your effort matters most. Because at the end of the day, it's not about having the desire, it's about having character. It's about having respect for yourself, for what you say you're going to do. And you already have everything you need to achieve it. You don't need anyone's permission or to wait for the perfect moment. The moment is now. The power is in you. You can build the life you dream of, but you have to start leading yourself, taking yourself seriously, doing what you said you would do. Force yourself to stay firm, especially on the days when it's hardest, because that's where true strength is born. And trust me, when you look back in 6 months, 1 year, or 5 years, you'll see that the small decision you made today was the one that changed your story. So I want you to engrave this phrase in your mind. Discipline is a daily promise I make to myself and keep with pride. Write it down, repeat it, carry it with you, never forget it. Your life doesn't change because of what you dream or desire. Your life changes because of what you do. And what you do always depends on your discipline. We've reached the most important point of all, the moment when you decide who you're going to be and what kind of life you want to create. Deep down, we all want a better life. We want joy, freedom, abundance, achievements. But there's a great truth that many don't want to accept. Dreams aren't achieved by just wishing for them. They're achieved with discipline. Discipline is the bridge between what you want and what you get. It's that silent, invisible, but firm effort that pushes you to keep going when you no longer feel like it. It's making the right decision over and over, even when you'd rather do something else. And that's the real difference between people who achieve great things and those who stay dreaming. It's not always the most talented or the luckiest who win. It's the most consistent, the most disciplined, the ones who keep going when everyone else gives up, the ones who keep their commitments, even when no one is watching. The ones who act with resolve, even when they don't feel like it. The ones who understand that it's not the impulse that builds a great life, but discipline. So now it's up to you. You have to decide, are you going to be a slave to your whims or the master of your actions? Are you going to let life take you wherever it wants, or are you going to take the helm and create your own path? Are you going to keep waiting for the ideal moment, or are you going to understand that this very moment is the best time to start? Today, I truly invite you, no more excuses, no more self-sabotage, no more hiding behind, I'll start tomorrow. You can do this. You have within you the ability to do so much more, but you have to prove it. Every day you let pass without growing is a day that doesn't come back. Every excuse is one less opportunity, but every time you choose to act with discipline, even in something small, you're building the life you dream of. That life you long for won't come out of nowhere. It won't appear next Monday, or in January, or after the holidays. That life starts with your next decision, with your next action, with the step you can take today, right now. Imagine yourself in 1 year, remembering this day, thanking yourself for having started. Imagine seeing that version of yourself more confident, stronger, more alive. I want you to understand that the stronger, more determined, happier version of yourself isn't an impossible dream. It's an achievable goal, but it won't build itself. It needs you, your consistency, your commitment. It needs that small decision you make every day when no one is watching, because that's where it all begins. In the moments when no one is watching you, when there are no applause or congratulations, but you choose to do the right thing. That's the true power of discipline. It doesn't matter if you're tired today, if you feel like you've failed many times, or if you think it's too late. What matters is that you're here, that you're listening to this message, and that already says a lot about you. It says there's still a spark lit inside you, and that spark needs to be protected, nurtured, turned into a fire that guides you, that gives you strength when everything seems against you, a fire that reminds you that you can, that you're worth it, that you deserve a better life. Maybe you're scared, and that's okay. We all are. The important thing isn't to not have fear. The important thing is to keep going even when fear is present. Because discipline doesn't eliminate fear, but it does overcome it. Because when you're disciplined, you realize you don't need to feel confident to move forward. You just need to take one step, and then another, and then one more. That's how a life is transformed. Step by step, day by day, with small but consistent actions. Don't look for quick results. Don't fall into the trap of the easy way. What's worthwhile takes time, and you're not building just anything. You're building your life. A solid life, with firm foundations. A life where you're the protagonist, not the spectator. A life where you make decisions with purpose, not on impulse. And to achieve that, you need discipline, but you also need patience. Because the sweetest fruits take time to ripen, but when they arrive, all the effort will have been worth it. And if at any moment you doubt, if at any moment you feel like you can't go on, remember this: you've been through tough times before, and here you are. What brought you this far was your inner strength, your will, your desire to not give up. What you carry inside is stronger than you imagine. You just need to trust yourself again. You just need to remind yourself that you're not alone, that there are many people like you fighting every day to improve, to grow, to not give up. Today, you have an opportunity, not tomorrow, not next week. Today, this is the best moment to take a step, however small. It's your moment to take the reins, to get up, to act, to prove to yourself that you can turn your intentions into results. Not because it's easy, but because you're determined. Because you've chosen to build a life with meaning. Because you know that discipline isn't a punishment, it's a gift you give yourself. So I want you to close your eyes for a second and visualize yourself in 1 year. Smile, because if you decide to start today, if you decide to commit to yourself, that smile will be real. It will be you looking back and saying, thank you for not giving up. Thank you for taking that first step. And to end this message, I want to tell you something from the heart. Thank you. Thank you for making it this far, for listening to every word, for giving yourself this moment. I know not everyone does, but you did. You decided to give yourself this opportunity. And that already puts you on the path to something great. Never forget it. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep going with strength, with faith, and above all, with discipline. Because your best version is closer than you imagine.